Hi everyone, Becky here from Notes from the Sewing Room. Thanks for joining me today. Today's video is about a matching set that I've made for myself over the last week and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. I've got a top and a skirt both to share with you, both made in the same fabric. I'll just give you a little sneak peek. And both are made using two of my favourite sewing patterns. So if you are interested in that, then please do stay tuned and I'll tell you all about it. If you are new to my channel is all about sewing, upcycling, fabric, sewing patterns, all that kind of thing. So if you are interested in that, then please do stay tuned today, listen to this video, watch this video, enjoy it, and also consider subscribing if you haven't already. But thank you to everyone who has subscribed already and who leaves me likes and comments and all that stuff. I really appreciate it. Don't forget also to let me know what you're working on at the moment. I do love to hear what you're working on, so do leave me a comment down below and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. Likewise, if you do have any questions about anything that I mentioned today, then I'd love to know about that too. Right, let's get to it. So I've got two different things to show you here. As I said, I've got a gorgeous top and I've also got a pretty skirt that I've made as well. I was only planning on making a skirt, I'll be honest, but I got enough fabric and I just thought it's such a pretty fabric, it seems a shame for it to go to waste. So I decided to make a matching top as well. And you know, it's lovely to do that. I love anything that's a little bit matchy-matchy. So I'm really pleased with these. So I'll start off with the skirt and telling you about that one, shall I? So this is actually a jersey skirt made out of this cotton jersey fabric, which I just think is so pretty. I bought this fabric from a shop called Merry Maid Fabrics. They're based in New Ollerton in Nottinghamshire. You can buy from them via Instagram. They've got a website, etc. So do check them out if you haven't already. If you are local, they've got a fabulous range of knitting yarns and that sort of thing in the shop as well, so it's worth having a look. And I think they do a range of different workshop classes as well, so I've not been able to go to any of the workshop classes yet, but they all look really good. So anyway, I bought this fabric from there. It's a really lovely quality and it's a cotton jersey, as I said, and I've actually used the Pattern Emporium Dream On skirt to make this skirt pattern. So it's actually got a jersey waistband here, which that's supposed to actually have elastic threaded through it as a channel. I decided to actually leave off the elastic because I've made one of these skirts once before. In fact, I'm wearing it at the moment, and I found that actually if your waistband is fitted enough, if that makes sense, you don't really need the elastic inside. It's more for shaping, I think, rather than anything else. But obviously it's entirely up to you. If you were to make this skirt and you did decide to add in the elastic, that's fine, but I think for me personally it works okay without having the elastic in there. So I've decided to make this in a knee length option, but there are different options that you can do, which I'll come on to in a second. So it's basically gathered around the waistband here, if you can see, and then we've also got this shorter tier here, which is gathered around here, and then it finishes just above my knee area. So it's a really nice one. The thing about this pattern as well is it's got easy to follow instructions, but also it's got some nice top tips as well, like how to gather with elastic. So I've actually gathered both this section here and the bottom tier using knicker elastic, I describe it as. So the clear elastic that's very, very stretchy. Basically you put it onto the back of your fabric, you stretch it, you sew with a zigzag stitch, you pull the elastic at the same time. It basically gathers the fabric up as you go along, and then I then joined the different areas as I needed to using my overlocker, and basically just ran over where I'd got the clear elastic. So if you wanted to, you could cut off the clear elastic if you prefer, but I think for me and in this particular garment it's not adding any weight or anything like that, so I've actually left it in there. But I'm really, really pleased with this. So let me tell you about the Dream On skirt if you aren't familiar with it. So you can actually make it as a dress or you can make it as a skirt. Obviously this time I've done the skirt version, but I have done a dress version before, and that's also lovely. It's a digital pattern, so you can download that from the Pattern Emporium website. If you do decide to do the dress version, then it's got quite a fitted bodice, and there are a range of different necklines that you can do. You can use a range of different sleeves, which is great. There's also a range of different options you can do in terms of length of the garment as well, for the skirt section. So you can actually make it as a mini, a knee length or as a maxi option. So you've got lots of different options there that you can work with, just depending on what you want, and maybe depending on what season of the year it is as well. So here in the UK at the moment it's summer, so not that you'd know it sometimes, I'm actually wrapped up in my cardigan today because it is a little bit chilly, but yes, it is summer. So I've made mine in this is kind of, you know, lightweight cotton jersey fabric, but perhaps if it was winter I might use a heavyweight Ponte Roma fabric, something like that, and I think that would also work perfectly. So this pattern is available in Australian sizes 4 through to 30. I've actually made my version in a size 10, and that seems to have worked really well for me. This was actually one of the first patterns that I bought from Pattern Emporium, and since then I've just fallen in love with their patterns, and they've got a real selection on their website of you know, a range of garments, really, of things that you can do. So I do encourage you to check it out if you haven't already. One of the things that I do like about the website is that they've got a range of different videos on there showing you the different versions of the garment that you can actually do, and how adaptable all the different patterns are. So I really like that, because before you actually buy a pattern, you can think, oh, actually I really like that version, or that's going to work for me, that's not going to work for me. So that's really nice. So yes, I do encourage you to check out the Pattern Emporium website if you haven't already. And I'm sure you'll be seeing a few more things from me that I've made from their other patterns soon. I'd like to make one of their shirt dresses, which I've got, and there's another kind of like tiered dress that I've got in my stash that I've not had a go at making yet. So I'd like to try that as soon as I've got time. I will of course put in some pictures or some footage of me wearing this skirt today so you can see what it looks like on me, but I'm really pleased with it, and hopefully it's going to work perfectly as part of my spring summer capsule wardrobe, which I'm still working through, but I'm almost there. So I'm hoping to do a kind of reveal video for you as soon as I can. I've just got a couple more things to make, and then I'll have the full collection together. But this skirt is part of my little mix and match collection that I am making. So I am really pleased with it, and yeah, I just love that fabric. So let's talk about the top that I've made next. It's just a bit of a short update video for you today, really, on things that I've been doing over the last week or so. I always think it's nice to keep you posted on where I am with my different projects, and I know I always enjoy being a little bit nosy and hearing what other people are working on, so hopefully you do enjoy catching up with me and finding out where I am with things too. So I don't know if you recognise this pattern at all. It's one of my older patterns. It's kind of tried and tested. I've made it quite a lot of times before. This is the Tilly and the Buttons Agnes pattern. So it's one of my all-time favourite patterns. I've made it lots of times before in various sort of different sleeve lengths, and I've tried the different neckline options and stuff like that. This time I've gone for the Sweetheart neckline. I don't know if you can see, I've used the clear elastic actually also on the inside here to create that kind of gathered ruche section down the front of the top. We've got the neckline which I've added on. I've done a kind of cropped sleeve because I had limited fabric left over from doing the skirt project, but I wanted to make the most of the fabric that I'd got left, so I've added on this little shorter sleeve, which I think is nice. And then of course we've got the kind of fitted kind of silhouette to the bodice as well. So I love a top like this because I'm going to be able to wear it with the skirt if I want it to kind of look like a faux dress, but I'm also going to be able to wear it on its own with perhaps a denim skirt or some jeans, or basically anything else that I've got in my wardrobe. I could layer it under something. I tend to wear these type of tops all year round, so it's not just a summer thing for me, but I think this is going to add a pop of colour to anything that I'm wearing. I just love the different colours we've got in here. So we've got the pinks, the blues, the whites, green, all kinds of different colours in there, so it's just really, really pretty. I'm sure you know all about the Agnes top already, but I will tell you a few kind of bits about it if you haven't made it before. So you can actually buy it from the Tilly and the Buttons website, and probably quite a lot of other websites to be honest, in a printed form or as a PDF. I actually got the printed pattern. I've actually got a couple of versions of the pattern actually. I've got their most recent reprinted version, which I was kindly given by Tilly and the Buttons, but I've also got the original pattern which I purchased for myself absolutely ages ago as well, but it's nice to have a new kind of shiny copy when they re-released it recently. So this top is available in sizes 6 through to 34, that's UK sizes, and on the pattern they often have Tilly and the Buttons kind of pattern sizes as well. So in terms of the tilly sizes, I normally make a size 3. So I've actually made this in a size 3, which is roughly a UK size 10, and that seems to work really well for me. If I'm making a tilly skirt or a dress, then often I do grade out into a larger size, but for the tops I do tend to make a size 3, and on this version that's worked very nicely. So there are different neckline options that you can try. If you wanted to, you can do a plain neck. You can do this kind of ruched sweetheart neckline that I've done here. There's also different sleeve options you can do, like a long sleeve. You can do a kind of on-trend kind of gathered sleeve as well, which is a really cute one. So you've got lots of different options that you can do. There's also the option to hack this into a dress, I think, if you'd like to. I have done that before. So you could cut it off at the waistline and add on a gathered skirt or a pleated skirt perhaps if you wanted to, even a circle skirt perhaps. So you've got lots of different options there, but for this one I've just done it as the straightforward top, and I'm really pleased with how it's actually worked out. So they're the 2 garments that I've got to share with you today. As I said, it's part of my kind of overall kind of spring summer capsule wardrobe that I'm putting together. So over the next week or so, I'm hoping to start working on my denim jacket project, which is going to be using some lovely lilac material that I've got. It's this lovely stretch denim that I've got here. I think I bought this from Dalton Mills Fabrics a while ago. So I've got this. So I'm hoping to do the Sew Over It Sorrento jacket. I have made it before. It was absolutely ages ago, probably at least a couple of years ago, that I had a go at making that jacket. So I'm looking forward to giving it another go. It's been a jacket that I've wanted to make for quite a while. Probably wanted to make a second version ever since I made my first one, if I'm honest. But last summer I was just kind of looking at lots of different people in kind of lilac jackets, pink jackets, just really kind of pretty pastel colours, and I just thought I really want one of those jackets. So I decided that I was going to make my own version. So fingers crossed my version actually works out okay and looks nice when it's finished. But I'll keep you posted on how I'm getting on with that. And I'm also hoping to have a go at making a Sew Over It skirt project. I can't remember what the name of the skirt is now off the top of my head. It's the free pattern that's actually available via their website at the moment. It's basically a button down front skirt, and it's got a flat front and it's got some elastic at the back. I want to call it Roxy, but that's wrong, I know, because they've got a Roxy jumper, and that's not right. I think it might be the Rosy skirt or something like that. Apologies if I've got that incorrect, but it's basically a free download from the Sew Over It website. So I am hoping to start that version, start one of those, should I say, over the next week or so if I've got time to. So I'll keep you posted on how I'm getting on with all my different makes, and as I said earlier in the video, it would be lovely if you have enjoyed this video today, if you could leave me a like or a comment below, because that does encourage YouTube to share this video with other people. But I hope you've enjoyed watching today. It's always lovely to catch up with you, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye!